Yo, what up? I'm gonna make an attempt to get right into this right now. Let's see if everything is working according to plan. Just I'm gonna do a quick sound check here. I don't want to fuck this part up. Oh, all right, here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, cool. I think everybody can hear me. Anyways, here to do a live reaction to Mace, who dropped a diss track on Puff Daddy, Diddy, Sean Combs, Brother Love, however you may know and recognize him as. I don't know if you guys know a lot of backstory, and I'll make it brief. Uh, Mace has been incredibly upset with Puff Daddy because when he first signed with him as a young adolescent, I believe he was in his late teens, right before turning 20. Puff Daddy gave him a little bit of cash up front, but essentially made him forfeit his entire, let's just call it the management of his publishing. So he hasn't really been getting compensated in the latter years for a lot of the work that he did in the earlier years, nor has he gotten compensated for a lot of the ghostwriting that he did for most of Bad Boy's hits immediately after Notorious B.I.G. So, as you may expect, he's had a lot of friction with Sean Combs over the years, and so this is kind of spilled over. And this is, I think, the culmination of 2 decades of them just not liking each other, going back and forth. Of course, Mace feels like he was shorted, and Puff Daddy feels like he's the boss. So, anyway, my point is, I want to listen to this. I haven't heard it. I think I heard like a first few seconds, and then I said, you know what? Let me just do a video on it. That way, I can catch a few views and give my thoughts on it. So, without further ado, here we go. We ain't gang, we ain't goals, we ain't family, we ain't foes, and we definitely not bros, we ain't nothing, nigga. Okay, okay, okay. He said we ain't gang, we ain't bros. Oh no, he said we ain't gang, we ain't goals, and we definitely not bros, we ain't nothing. And word, I guess you got to be careful with that now. And we definitely not goals, and we definitely not woes. You can feel it in your soul. We ain't nothing, nigga. Okay, hold on. And we definitely not goals, and we definitely not woes. You can feel that in your soul. I feel like when he says we are, and we definitely not woes, he's possibly talking about Black Rob, who was also from Harlem and died about a year ago. He had a terrible death. He really went out broke and looking bad, and he was one of the guys that succeeded Mace after his departure from Bad Boy. A lot of people that have surrounded Puff Daddy have met an end, let's just say an early end, Black Rob being one of them. And if you remember Black Rob's single hit, it was Whoa. Do you remember? Like Whoa. Mike flows, nice flows, like Whoa. Anyway, and we definitely not Whoa. I think that's what Mace is saying. You're not going to do me like you did him. All right, let's keep going. We ain't nothing, bros, we ain't nothing. Let me rewind a little. We ain't gang, we ain't goals, we ain't family, we ain't foes, and we definitely not bros, we ain't nothing, nigga. And we definitely not goals, and we definitely not woes. You can feel it in your soul, we ain't nothing, nigga. 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 I'm a long apologist. No woman like Solomon. I can burn bridge, walk water like the prophets did. I can read niggas' futures like astrologists. Why I'm so clean, I'm the next thing to godliness. Niggas trying to starve my kids and give my money to his firstborn. I'm not the nigga supposed to work for. Coach you about legacy. And said the niggas follow you, you teach them treachery. And now you say you check for me. Okay, okay. He's talking about something about he's trying to take money out of Mace's kids to give to Puff's kids firstborn. And then he's telling Puff, I'm not the one that's supposed to work for him. He said, you're coaching P, supposed to teach him about legacy. Instead, you're teaching about treachery, which is allegation that's been made by many an artist against Puff Daddy, is the type of contracts that he's wrapped them in has essentially put them into indentured servitude from a long-term perspective. So anyway, moving on. Without a check for me, know what you
talking
Rewind
about?
it.
You supposed to teach Coach and P about a legacy. Instead the niggas follow you, you teach them treachery. And now you saying you check for me without a check for me. Know what you talking about is murder niggas to jeopardy.
Okay. And now you're saying you check for me without a check for me. What the fuck you talking about? This murder be with double jeopardy. Okay, so if you know anything about MaSe, his originally started as Murda MaSe. So when he says Murda, he's talking about himself. And then the double jeopardy. This has been a recurring theme with MaSe is when he was a basketball player in Harlem High School, he wore the number 22. So for him, it meant second to none. Uh, and anyway, it's a numerical theme that he goes by. So you may catch it here and there. It's just something that I noticed in some of his interviews. Let's keep going. It's a 5-minute track, so fuck, we're barely at 40 seconds.
You supposed to teach Coach and P about a legacy. Instead the niggas follow you, you teach them treachery. And now you saying you check for me without a check for me. Know what you talking about? This murder niggas double jeopardy. Niggas saying let it go. You bugging nigga, I can't let it be. Tell niggas don't call for me. I can only talk for me. I know what my budget read. I read the budget every week. I'm on the way I talk, but it's a way out for me. They didn't try to dangle money. They didn't think I ever leave. Niggas never pay the artists, but they love to pay the freaks.
Woo!
We
You said you try to dangle money, thought I'd never leave. N-words never love to pay the money, but love to pay the freaks. I think he might be alluding to some of Puff Daddy's, let's just say, exotic sexual tastes, which have been rumored far and wide to be varied, let's say. I don't want to speculate too much because I don't know the man. And I don't want to say too much. But people around him, and I won't go too far, have said things that are a little bit, I would say, revealing. And I think his noting that in this line is another step forward in that, I would say, another revelation. So we could take that as something, I think. Here we go. 107.
the dangle money. They didn't think I ever leave. Niggas never pay the artists, but they love to pay the freaks. We ain't gang, we ain't ghosts, we ain't family, we ain't foes, and we definitely not bros. We ain't nothing, nigga. And
That
we
hook is
definitely
hard.
not foes, and we definitely not foes. You can feel it in your soul. We ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. Nah, we ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. No, we ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. Nah, we ain't nothing, nigga. That is fine. It's a ball tomorrow. I ain't running from y'all, cause I come for it all. Then I fire on the last and watch me fall. Then wanna kill the short, cause I come for the tall. And when you're making all this out, the hell do you call? I bring smoke with water on, I'm used to the fall.
Whoa. And he said, and when your main artists die, who the hell do you call? Something about you want to kill the short because I come for the tall, or something like that. Something about a giant fall. Anyway, there was a lot of bars there. I want to make this video as brief as possible, so I won't over and dissect it. I won't go over and dissect it. I want to move forward, but we got something there, and let's just keep going.
Not empty pipes when clips get clogged. And go to church on Sunday, I'm the illest of all. Don't ever put MaSe with other bad boys who had hardship. You know I get it jumping like a mosh pit, nigga. I'm the first level, dirt level. Y'all can never.
Okay. So he's essentially separating himself from, for lack of a better word, the riffraff that resulted from the Bad Boy decline, like many other labels do. He feels like he's still on top of the game, but it's undeniable that a lot of guys, Craig Mack, Big, Black Rob, and many others have, let's just say, met a bad end. a bad end, like a bad results overall. if and what I mean by bad, I think what it means is when you were dreaming as a kid, thinking you'd be rich and famous. If you knew that that's how you were going to end up, you'd probably say no to the rich and fame, obviously, right? I think that might be what he means when he says bad, because a lot of them did end up really bad. That I think at this point, the alternative of having ever been rich or famous would have been better um, than where they ended after being rich and famous. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Level. Niggas mad I made it to the I would never work level. Cain kill Abel, I'm able to kill Cain. And love don't steal, my nigga, change your name. Woo. And I see no integrity in your name.
Shots fired his name. No integrity in his name.
Match my rollie plain Jane. And I say, blame God, I ain't changing. Niggas never kill a wise niggas living there. Everybody pulling niggas gotta play a visionary. Niggas be selling these souls to go up front. And niggas might end up sweet. Drink that punch yourself a good.
Okay, hold on. Does it Puff Daddy hold brunches like some sort of industry event-led brunches that people flock to? And he says N-words might end up sweet, meaning I think gay, drinking the punch. That's a punchline. So let's keep going.
Everybody broke, the niggas gotta play the visionary. And niggas be selling they soul to go to a brunch. And niggas might end up sweet, drinking that punch yourself a good. And niggas know I'm from another hood, so keep your brotherhood. I'm trying to make sure that my mother good. I ain't cheap, but I'm really go to the top. No matter what top, I'm the nigga quoted the most. I'm the ghost of wolf, ghost of Rizzo. I come with the facts you never considered. I'm the ghost of shine. I speak for every artist, never spoke to you. Representing every artist that was left behind. From Craig Mack to G Dep. I still remember them
Dropping
kids
names.
travel for every producer you ever saw.
He said from Craig Mack to G Dep.
From Craig Mack to G Dep. I still remember them kids trample for every producer you ever saw they sample. Why you playing with me? Knowing I'm making samples. Niggas hide behind money, you know that's not a man move. You know you.
Woo! Shit. Hold on, I gotta slow this down. From Craig Mack to G Dep. I still remember them kids trembled when you stole their samples. N-words try to hide behind money, but they know that ain't a man move.
Them kids trample for every producer you ever stole a sample. Why you playing with me? Knowing I'm making samples. Niggas hide behind money, you know that's not a man move.
Why you playing with me? Knowing I make examples. N-words hide behind money, you know that ain't a man move. Nice.
You know you Frank and I'm Tony. You know that it would get lonely. It's never safe when you owe me. You know that saying's true. You had a chance to do right, and I understand you. You can't starve a nigga came from wit and can't overcome and Kim and give him harder movers. The harder for the pain he caused and Georgia made his soul rich and piss water. He could have made it right. That nigga could have saved his life. Now it ain't no way to fight. Now he out it waving white. Aye, know your strategies and what you have is being right. Now I gotta hold on. When you get the nerve to come after me, what audacity? Gotta know the dollar sign was a rapper. Actually, what a travesty. Cause when MaSe left, nigga, was nobody after me. I guess I got the last laugh. Niggas ain't acting, huh? Niggas stay strapping up. I'm ready for a massacre. Can't blackball MaSe, the ball ain't black enough. I ain't even mad at you. Pretty, I guess I
He said can't blackball MaSe. The ball ain't black enough.
Niggas ain't laughing, huh? Niggas stay strapping up, I'm ready for a massacre. Can't blackball MaSe, the ball ain't black enough. Tupac voice, nigga, I ain't even mad at you. Pretty nigga always made their heart smell, yeah. Yeah, guess you can say I know I'm pop filled. Yeah, I'm just a Harlem nigga, rapping down a Vegas strip with my own shit. You from my burning nigga, go and rep your own hood. I'm not hating on you. Right now, I'm only saying what you really worth. You ain't no architect. You just a nigga not a market deaf. Go pay his mother what she really worth, nigga.
Oh shit. He said you're not an architect. You just the N word that knows how to market death. Go pay his mother what he's really worth. I think he's talking about Notorious B.I.G.'s mom.
We ain't gang, we ain't ghosts, we ain't family, we ain't foes, and we definitely not bros. We ain't nothing, nigga, and we definitely not those, and we definitely not foes. You can feel it in your soul. We ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. Nah, we ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. No, we ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. Nah, we ain't nothing, nigga.
All right, there's a lot of N word being dropped here. I'm getting nervous because my windows are open. People are like, what the fuck is that guy doing? All right. Hey, man. Okay, so overall, I would probably put out of 10, I'd give this a 8.5, 9.25. Check it out. And I recommend people listen to a little bit more MaSe whenever possible, especially when he's in flow mode. He did another freestyle session over at what do you call it? A radio station in Philadelphia. That's probably one of my favorite freestyle sessions on YouTube, and I love it. I really do, and it really showcases his abilities as a rapper, which I believe are top notch. So it's not hard to believe that Mace is the flagship rapper for Bad Boy. Maybe arguably one of the reasons that I would say that Bad Boy was able to have success after the death of Tupac and Big. As you know, most of the talent left Death Row, but Bad Boy was able to still sputter forward and have a couple hits. And the person that has always been responsible for that even Puff Daddy credits is MaSe. So with that said, I think we had a good video. Maybe this can be used as a season 3 launch. So have a good night, everybody. Let me know what you think in the comments. And this is a little bit of a different format. I think I'm pre-recording this and it's going to be posted tomorrow. So I'm not necessarily doing the live. And I did not want to um, have the song overplaying because even like this, I still feel like YouTube is going to flag me. But good night, everybody. And if you want to listen, just put in MaSe diss track. The rest will fall into place on YouTube. Have a good night. Bye.